Hi everyone, Mikey79 here and welcome to this new deck video of Magic Duels. And as you guys can see, the deck that I got for you guys today is a Dimir control deck. Yeah, I started off with building a mid-tempo build kind of thing, but as usually I winded up with a control deck. Yeah, you guys know that's my thing, so... Anyway, it's also an artifact deck, and yeah, let's just go through it. So we begin with the crane here. 2 mana cost bird, 1 blue and a colorless mana, and you get a 1/3 body. Now you will see that most of the creatures' bodies, especially the power, aren't that great, but that's just to hold off the opponent till we can play our bigger threats or creatures. Anyway, this guy's got flying, of course. He's a bird. A bird that can't fly would be pretty ridiculous. Anyway, whenever he enters a battlefield, we get to look at the top 4 cards of our library. We get to reveal an artifact card from among them and put it into our hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. So basically this digs for an artifact or a threat or whatever. And yeah, it's a card advantage card. Then, not really card advantage, but still a nice card is this Contraband Kingpin. We pay a blue and a black mana and we get a 1/4 lifelink. Okay, the lifelink isn't gonna do much. Yeah, we're not gonna buff him or anything, so he stays a 1/4. And yeah, that's gonna be it. But still, a 1/4 is a pretty good body to defend against those little aggro creatures or those weenies that aren't too big yet. And whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under our control, we get to scry 1. Now we do play a lot of artifacts, so at the end this guy, he will give us some advantage with the scry. Then one of the first artifacts that we play, of course, is the Smuggler's Copter here. For 2 mana we get a vehicle that we can crew for only 1 mana, power creature, and he's a 3/3 and he's got flying, and whenever he attacks or blocks you get to draw a card, and if we do we get to discard a card. So yeah, pretty great card. Yeah, you guys know this. I think that every deck almost has this guy in it, or at least a lot, so yeah, pretty decent card, a bit OP in my opinion, but hey. Then the Alchemist Vial, a golden oldie from Origins. For 2 colorless mana, we play this one, and when the artifact enters the battlefield we get to draw a card. We can sacrifice it for 1 mana, and then a target creature can't attack or block this turn. Now you probably wonder why the hell I'm playing this, but it will be more clear later on in this video. Then this card, Underhanded Designs. Yeah, a weird card. For 2 mana you get an enchantment, so not an artifact but an enchantment, so no synergy there. But whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under our control we get to pay 1. If you do, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Okay, that's nice, and later in the game that could be a problem for your opponent, because we get a lot of artifacts, on the board. And we can also pay 2 mana to sacrifice this and to destroy a target creature. We can only do that if we have 2 or more artifacts. Now, if you're going to look at this just from the point of view of removal, then this is a bad card. You pay too much mana for a removal of a creature. But on the other hand, when this is on the field, your opponent, he's gonna hold back because he doesn't want to play his big threat, because you know you can shoot it away. So either way he's gonna do it anyway and you get rid of it, or he's going to hold back. So, and that's always what you like to have in a control deck, that your opponent holds back. Now with that being said, there are better removal cards like Murder, Grasp of Darkness, things like that, but I also wanted to play something else. I would like to play more cards than only the usual stuff that you see all the time, and I think this is a pretty funny card, so that's why I play it. Then the Grasp of Darkness, I just talked about this one, is still a great removal card, -4/-4 at instant speed. For 2 black, we only play 2 cards, so that shouldn't be a problem to cast it even early in the game. And you still do need some spot removal that you can use instantly. Then another artifact is Filigree Familiar. For 3 mana we get a 2/2, which isn't too impressive, but when he enters the battlefield we gain 2 life, which is always nice, especially in a control deck. And when he dies we get to draw a card, so yeah, pretty nice card. Then we can get him back, for example, with his Workshop Assistant. He also costs 3 colorless mana. He's only a 1/2, so just another card with no great body actually. But his ability is nice. When he dies we get to return another target artifact card from our graveyard to our hand, so we can get this little guy back, for example, or some of the bigger threats that you will see in a moment. Then Liliana, the Last Hope, still a great planeswalker for the cost 3 mana, and when you can play her on your third turn, especially when you're on the play, your opponent is going to have a problem if he doesn't have a straightforward solution for her. So yeah, great planeswalker. First ability controls the board, second ability we can actually use that one as well. We go get something back from our graveyard, and ultimate is just a game winning emblem. Then also a funny card, Padeem here. Look at that goddamn head. He's got a huge head, that dude. Anyway, he's a legendary creature. We do play the 2 copies, so you gotta be careful not to play both of them. 4 mana, 1 blue, also a 1/4 body, not too impressive either. But he gives your artifacts hexproof, so your opponent can't target them, only you can. So that's a great ability to have. And at the beginning of our upkeep, if you control the artifact with the highest converted mana cost or tied for the highest converted mana cost, we draw a card. So basically this guy offers protection to your artifacts, which are the biggest threat in your deck for your opponent. And on top of that, he gives you card advantage. So pretty damn good card in this deck. Then another great card, but I only play 1 copy of it, is this Thopter Spy Network. Also a golden oldie that probably everybody knows. For 4 mana we get enchantment, and at the beginning of our upkeep, if we control an artifact, which we will probably have, we put a 1/1 colorless Thopter artifact creature on a token with flying onto the battlefield. And whenever we deal combat damage with an artifact, we get to draw a card. Combat damage has to be to a player, by the way. And then we get to draw a card. So another draw engine. Then 1 copy of Diabolic Tutor. Yeah, it is a tutor. I already said it in previous videos. I'm glad that we finally have a tutor, but he comes expensive. It's 4 mana, and basically when you're against an aggro deck or a mid-tempo deck or something, 4 mana, and basically if you spend all your mana on your fourth turn to play this, that turn you're not doing anything. So yeah, it's a bit yeah, usually you play this when you don't have a problem or where there's no pressure on you, but then again, why the hell do you need it if there's no pressure on it? Yeah, you can go fetch for a threat, of course, that's always nice. Then the Consul Flagship, still an awesome vehicle to have. It keeps those damn planeswalkers in check a bit, because it deals 3 damage when he enters the battlefield or attacks to a target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls, and we get to crew him for only 3, and he's a 6/5 flying, so pretty damn good. Then also pretty great is still the Tamiyo's Journal, especially once more in this deck, in this build. We only play 1 copy because it is a legendary artifact. But at the beginning we get to investigate, so we get an artifact. And that we can sack for 2 mana and draw a card. And if we sack 3 of them, we get to search anything we want, just like with the Diabolic Tutor actually. Now, what I wanted to say is this guy, for example, is pretty good with this, because yeah, when it's just lying there, yeah, you have the 2 artifacts for this one, obviously. Yeah, pretty but this one is really a key card. It's a really good card. Then Jace, Unraveler of Secrets. Also love this Planeswalker, 5 mana. Not that cheap, but he's a great Planeswalker. First ability, card advantage. Second ability, board control. And the ultimate isn't maybe gonna win you the game in a direct way, but your opponent is going to have a hard time. Then another artifact is this Gearhulk here, the black one. For 6 mana we get a 5/4 menace, and when he enters a battlefield we get to blow a creature up and we gain life equal to its toughness, so pretty great. Also to get back with the Workshop Assistant and abuse that ability over and over again. Then a pretty nice card is this Marionette Master for 6 mana, a 1/3, but he's probably gonna get buffed with a Fabricate 3, so we're gonna put 3 counters on him. So he's gonna be a 4/7, 4/6. Yeah, good. And whenever an artifact we control is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, target opponent loses life equal to the Marionette Master's power. So pretty damn good, especially with the clues from this guy here. If we start sacking clues, then it's going really fast for your opponent. Or once again the Alchemist file, if you start sacking this, also pretty good combo with Marionette Master. Another reason why the Alchemist file is so great for just sticking around is for this Metalwork Colossus. It costs Elf colorless mana, but I don't think we're gonna pay that. He's a 10/10 and he costs X less to cast, where X is a total converted mana cost of non-creature artifacts you control. Sacrifice 2 artifacts and this one comes back from the graveyard to your hand. So once again with the Alchemist file, it's already 2 and usually it's just laying there, it's not doing much unless you really need to sack it for its ability, but most of the time you won't have to. So that's already 2 mana that you don't have to pay at the Colossus. And yeah, the Tamiyo's Journal of course is also great, and the vehicles count as well because they are non-creatures, so yeah, can go pretty fast. Then I play for the land 7 islands, 8 swamp, the 2 Sunken Hallows, the 2 Drowned Catacombs, 1 Inventor Sphere, also because it's another legendary card, so we can't play 2. And he's got synergy with artifacts, gains life, or you can search for something. Pretty great. Evolving Wilds to thin the deck out a bit, or to fix our mana. And that's the deck actually for you. If we check out the mana curve, bit weird, we got a lot of 2-drops, which is good actually. We go down and at 6 we go back up a bit. That's all those fatties, those Colossuses and Marionette Masters that you see right there. So yeah, I tested it a bit, not that much, but a bit. I actually already recorded this video last week. That's one of the reasons why I didn't post any videos last week. I recorded everything, deck video, great gameplay video actually against level 40s. Damn, that was damn good gameplay. But the files got corrupted and yeah, I couldn't upload it. So I hope I can show you guys good gameplay with it with the second try. But that's the reason why there were no videos last week. I had a little bit of trouble with the videos, so gotta redo it all over again. So that is the deck. Is there still something to say about it? I don't think so. So yeah, I hope I see you guys at the gameplay video, and if I don't, yeah, have a nice day guys, as usual. Bye bye.